You ever come back from a trip and feel like you just checked a bunch of boxes off a list? Well, today we're going to dig into a travel philosophy that wants to totally change that. It's all about moving past the usual landmarks to find something way more meaningful, whether you're in a brand new city or, get this, even in your own hometown. Just think about it for a second. Your last trip. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Was it that photo you snapped in front of some famous building? Or was it something else? Maybe a quiet moment you had in a little cafe or an unexpected chat with a stranger. The answer to that question is really at the heart of what we're talking about today. And this slide, it just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you have that traditional tourism mindset. It's a frantic checklist, you're just rushing from one photo op to the next. But the other path, that's about slowing way down, collecting moments instead of souvenirs, and actually connecting with the real spirit of a place. So where's all this coming from? Well, the source for this whole philosophy is a book called InCity Itineraries. It's kind of part travel memoir, part practical guide. But here's the thing. It's not just a guide to Shanghai. It's a guide to a whole new way of paying attention, no matter where you are. Okay, so how does this actually work? Like, what do you do? The book lays out this really simple but incredibly powerful structure for every walk. It's called the Four-Scene Itinerary, and it's basically the blueprint for turning just an ordinary stroll into a seriously memorable experience. And here they are: arrive, linger, encounter, and ritual. Four simple words, right? But together, they create this amazing framework. So let's break down what each of these scenes actually looks like in practice. First up, arrive. Now, this isn't just about physically showing up. It's about making a conscious choice to enter a space. It means pausing at the entrance to a park or a market or a city square and just taking it all in. That first impression, the sounds, the smells, the energy of the place. Next, you linger. This is basically the act of hitting the pause button on purpose. Instead of scanning for the next big thing, you focus on the small stuff: the texture of a brick wall, the way the light is hitting a window, the pattern of the tiles under your feet. It's all about finding the beauty in the details we almost always ignore. Then comes the encounter. And this is so key. It does not have to be some deep, life-altering conversation. It can be as simple as sharing a smile with someone or buying a piece of fruit from a street vendor or just asking for directions. It's any small moment that reminds you that a city, really, is just a collection of people. And finally, ritual. This is the step that really anchors the whole memory. It's a small, personal, and repeatable thing you do at the end of your walk. It kind of closes the loop and turns what could have been a random series of events into something that has real meaning and structure for you. But look, that four-part structure, that's just the skeleton. To really get this approach, we need to talk about the human connection. Because the real magic, the soul of this whole philosophy, it comes from the people you meet. The book introduces this amazing concept, the local keeper. This isn't a tour guide. This is a person who truly embodies the spirit of a place, someone who lives and breathes the local culture. So what do you learn from this local keeper? Something called a civic habit. It's just a tiny, unspoken rule of daily life. You know, how to properly order tea, or the right way to cross a super busy street, or even just how to greet someone. It's through these little, authentic lessons that you start to get a real insight into the city's true character. All right, so let's circle back to that final step, the ritual. How do you actually anchor all these experiences so you don't forget them? The book suggests a specific kind of ritual that makes the whole walk feel uniquely yours. It's called the simple object ritual. The idea is you carry a small, personal object with you. It could be a smooth stone, a coin, a key, anything. At the very end of your four-scene walk, you take a moment to just interact with it. Maybe you hold it and think about what you saw, or you place it on a windowsill for a second. It's a simple physical act that helps cement the memory. So, when you put all of this together, you've got the four scenes, the local keeper, the personal ritual, you start to realize this guide is actually doing two things at the same time. And this, right here, just nails the core idea. On the one hand, yeah, it's a map for a curious visitor, giving you a totally new way to explore. But on the other, more important hand, it's a manual for paying attention. It's almost like training for your mind, teaching you a skill that you can apply absolutely anywhere at any time. Which really brings us to this final thought. You don't need a plane ticket to use this philosophy. What would happen if you applied this four-scene structure to your own neighborhood?
What small kindnesses, what hidden details, and what new encounters are just waiting for you right outside your own front door.